Since 1916, this gem of Catonsville has withstood the torture of wind, rain, and sun for over 100 years. This home has also withstood the torture of its previous owners.
This house is one of the most original homes I've seen in Catonsville for its era and time. You can notice by the front door the original framework and the beautiful cedar that's been protected by the large wraparound porch for over 100 years. You can also see the large green shutters, original, numbers matching to fit each individual window and sash. And on the first floor, it has the same storm windows that came with the home. The columns, spindles, railings, and decking have been replaced over the years, but have also been saved in some places. You can see how Hands On Painters has been able to recreate the defining lines between the bottom of the fluted columns and the porch flooring. We were able to recreate, save, and sister together the majority of the original columns and bases to give it a couple more years of life before they consider replacement down the road. Is absolutely amazing. The cedar on the home, none of the owners ever put a solid stain or paint on the cedar, which allowed the home to breathe very nicely and weather incredibly. My guess is at one point there were a lot more trees around this house because there's so much soft grain wood still available on this cedar that even after just gently washing it, the cedar looked like it was almost new. And the owners wanted to stay with a beautiful semi-transparent redwood look that really made it pop. There's very little to no caulking anywhere on the home except for along the chimney where it needs to be sealed so water doesn't infiltrate into the home itself. You can see the beautiful caulk job completed by hands-on painters, just straight lines and a delicate hand. Each shutter was removed, hand scraped, repaired, glued, and sometimes L-bracketed on the back side of the shutters to bring them back to a 90-degree form. Each shutter was labeled and marked before removing, so not to mix up shutters between windows. All the hardware was scraped and painted a beautiful hunter green. If you look closely at the cedar siding, you can see 3 to 4 varying degrees of colors, almost like a marbleization on rock. Very little damage has been done to this. The owner has moved forward over the years with some replacement windows due to efficiency and the amount of broken panes and glass. Lead paint in these homes can be an issue, especially where windows slide up and down and create dust where children live and crawl on the floor. The hand-to-mouth issue of lead, dust, and children is a real thing, and I don't blame them for replacing them over the years. The curbside value of this house is amazing. It's one of the larger homes with an amazing amount of different adds when the builder created it. It has 3 dormers and a fisheye window on one side of the house. The house still has its original slate with repairs over the years. And there's a bump out kitchen area. The home has a full 1.5 wraparound side porch. The difference with this house compared to some others, is the mere size of it. It's absolutely huge. The owners have been in this house for over 30 years, and when they first bought it, had done all the work themselves. Owned by a mechanic and a nurse, they have a love for taking care of everything around them, including their home. Over the years, the house wore down evenly because they had done it all at once and then let the paint protect their family for many generations. When they gave Hands On Painters a call, and I walked up to this house initially, I just saw nothing but beauty. The grandness of it, the originality, and it's the pure fact that we're going to have a before and after picture of such a beautiful home. Hands On Painters spent 3.5 weeks working on this home with crews of anywhere between 3 to 6 people at different stages. We worked around the home depending on the sun, weather, and wind. The sides of the yard gave us room to spread out and put shutters on plastic to catch all the lead paint and dispose of it correctly. Being an EPA certified firm, we take this very seriously. As you can see, suits, masks, booties, covers, and plastic was used all the time. There was very little wood replacement on this home. A few areas where squirrels had dug holes into the soffit and some of the base columns had split, and a few floorboards on the front porch needed to be replaced. But for the most part, 99% of this house was intact, and it was absolutely beautiful. One of the other neat things about this home, it had its original half-round gutters and downspouts, which is very unusual for a home of this age. Usually, they get removed due to storms, damage, or just normal wear and tear. I do believe that these were copper gutters that had been painted over the years, where the galvanized would have rusted out tiny pinholes, and it would have been very noticeable. Now, at one point, we were going to paint the carriage house to this home, which in itself is an amazing structure, with multiple bays, 3 different levels, staircases, lofts, workspaces, and a center entrance door that leads to a center staircase. So another time in the future, I hope to be able to show you what this carriage house will look like when it's completed. This is Jonathan Zawacki with Hands On Painters, signing off. I'm very excited about our new accomplishment, painting this beautiful Catonsville historic treasure.